Tyre tests are incredibly difficult to pull off. On the one hand, you require a controlled environment. On the other hand, you need tests that are verifiable. Unfortunately, normal consumers don't have that luxury. So what we are trying to achieve here is to give you an impression of how the Michelin Energy XM2 Plus performs in the real world. And yes, that's how you pronounce it, Michelin. Even Martin Brundle says it like that. In the car that it is intended for, which is a 2017 Proton Iriz. And this car, by the way, is a personal family car. Now, if you think that the Michelin Energy XM2 and XM2 Plus look alike, it's not a coincidence. Michelin kept the construction as well as the tread pattern of the XM2. But in this XM2 Plus, Michelin introduced a new full-silica compound that is adapted from their higher range tyres. Michelin engineers found that the XM2, despite its age, still led the competition in areas such as dry performance and fuel savings. So they only concentrated on two key areas for the XM2 Plus. Wet braking performance, both when it's new and when it has worn down, as well as increased tyre longevity, up to 25% more mileage compared to other competitors. In terms of wet braking, the XM2 Plus relies on the new silica compound's micro-scale contact with the ground for shorter stopping distances. Michelin claims 1.5 meters shorter when new and up to 2.6 meters when worn. Just for illustration, 2.6 meters is around the length of the Iriz wheelbase, and that can mean the difference between stopping in time and colliding with the car in front. And while the new compound is able to flex and adapt itself to the road under braking on a micro level, it also has strengthened bond, which allows the XM2 Plus to outlast competitor tyres by up to 25% in terms of mileage. The XM2 Plus maintains the green X marking, which denotes optimized fuel savings. So, after running in the tyres for over 2,000 kilometers, what can I tell you about the XM2 Plus? If you have a firmer riding car like this 2017 Proton Iriz, the first thing you're going to notice is that the ride comfort improves considerably. The XM2 Plus is really supple over sharp creases. It has the ability to absorb and cushion them. So much so that I end up actually carrying more speeds when I see small bumps. And I don't have to avoid small potholes or manhole covers. If you have a car with a busy ride, I think the XM2 Plus is going to make a big difference. It's a tyre that's really meant for regular family sedans over everyday use. I would describe the XM2 Plus as pleasant and reassuring. Now, pleasant because the steering feels very composed. It requires not much effort to turn, and it has a very natural self-centering behavior. Not like some tyres that tend to snap the steering back to neutral every time after making a tight turn. The XM2 Plus is also reassuring in that the performance is entirely predictable and progressive, whether it's wet or dry. And that's so important in accident avoiding moments where you require the tyre to give you maximum braking power as well as maximum grip. And we tested that during the Sepang launch, where the XM2 Plus was pitted against competitor tyres, and we could try that in repeated stops over worn and new tyres, and the XM2 Plus really came out tops by a big margin. With prices starting from 200 ringgit per piece, the XM2 Plus isn't really the most affordable tyre in its class. But with tyres playing such a key role in the overall safety of a vehicle, I think the best thing to do is to spend the money on the best tyres you can afford. After all, you can't really put a value to the well-being of the passengers that are sitting in your car. Thank you for watching. For more on the Michelin Energy XM2 Plus, please log on to AutoBuzz.my.